What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 8 of our Bayer Leverkusen Let's Play here in Football Manager 2019, and today it is crunch time in Europe. It's going to be the Europa League first knockout round where we will be taking on Bordeaux. We're going to be doing both legs today. If you missed last episode, it was a huge league game against Bayern Munich. Recommend you go check that one out. And, well, let's see what we can do today. Of course, since we were last here, 2 games to speak of. We're going to go through these quickly. First game was against Regensburg, as you can see here. A 3-0 win, fairly comfortable against a lower league opposition in the German Cup, but nevertheless, good to go marching on. Trauco with the initial goal, of course, with the fullback injury situation. Trauco, one of the players coming in, very good from a dead ball, showed it here. And, well, Victor Fischer getting his first goal for the club as well in what was ultimately a fairly comfortable result. So a good one to start there. Our most recent game against Mainz, a good result this one. They are going pretty well in the league. It took us to the second half to really break the deadlock. Leon Bailey playing really solidly in this game. 2 assists to his name, but the goal scorer Volland picked up man of the match. 2 very similar goals. And yeah, Almiron did pick up an injury in this game. Going to be out for a couple of weeks, so he is not available for today's game. But yeah, regardless, 2 good results, I feel like, going into this Bordeaux game, which, as I said, we're going to be doing both matches of here today. You can see we're going to be starting off away from home. For those of you curious, you can see the other teams competing in Europe still in the Europa League here. It's a pretty strong competition, and I feel like Bordeaux were one of the easier teams. If we look, they've actually had a little bit of recovery since we were drawn against them. They're now in 11th. But regardless, I do back us to get a win here. Anyway, in terms of our team, in terms of how we're going to play positively. We're going to play our Gegenpressing at 4-2-3-1 today. Just on the injury front, you can see here Lucas Romero and Vendel out injured, unfortunately. Koa also out injured, and as I mentioned, Almiron out with his little injury too. So we are managing things a little bit there. It does mean that when it comes to the team, the back four a little bit changed up. At left back, we're going to go with Miguel Trauco, the Peruvian. Out on the right back position, we're going to go with Jedvai, of course, with Weiser still kind of finding his fitness. Not able to get him into the first team yet. Of course, Weiser injured earlier on this year with a broken leg. He's been out for 4 months, but he's recovered well. Just need to slowly build up that match fitness. I don't want to rush him back, and this is not a game where we really want to do that. Anyway, in the centre of the midfield, we're going to go with Lars Bender, a player who's actually had some interest, you can see here, from China. We had a bid of £20 million for him. Had that come in at the end of the season, I might have been tempted to sell him, but given the injuries that we've had, given the fact that I wouldn't be able to sign a replacement with us now being in February with the window closed, keeping hold of him, I think I have to do it. I can't really afford to sell him to China just yet. Alongside him, another player who's been linked with a move to China, Aranguiz. And, well, at the moment, at least, he is still a player for us. He's contracted to the end of next season. He's a very good player for us. But at 29 years old, another player who perhaps it might be worth considering cashing in on. When it comes to the attacking midfielders, we're going to go with Havertz as our advanced playmaker, with Almiron injured and Lucas Paqueta, the new signing, not quite hitting the ground running. I'm going to go back to the tried and tested. Out on the right, we're going to go with Leon Bailey, who is in some good form. Little thing to note, I've actually changed the right attacking midfielder to be on attack instead of support with this system, which has worked fairly well, as you saw in the game against Mainz. Out on the left-hand side, we're going to go with Victor Fischer. Got that goal in the German Cup. Would like to see him score in a more competitive match such as this one. And up top, we are going to go with Kevin Volland. On the bench, loads of options here. Julian Brandt, just not quite match fit for today's game, but certainly a player we can bring on off the bench to have an impact. Besides him, though, we've got Paulino, Ben Yedder waiting in the wings, Lucas Paqueta, Weiser, Susek, and Retos. So, yeah, all in all, very good. Susek, a player who I'm a little bit torn on. We've been training him to play centre-back this year, and I think that is the role where he can definitely play a role in our team. Was signed for £3.7 million, really hasn't shone this year. Has occasionally raised concerns about his lack of first-team football. Hasn't amounted to anything as of yet, but a player who, I don't know, I was hoping for a little bit more from, and given the addition, of course, of the new young centre-back, Markovic, he could be a player we potentially move on longer term. Anyway, that is the team for today's game. Let's get straight into the first game of this episode. Of course, doing both legs today. We do have a game in between. I believe it's against Freiburg, which I will play off camera, and we'll have a look at the highlights of that, of course, after this game. Obviously, away from home, we want to be getting an away goal early on. So far, we are unbeaten in the Europa League. 4 wins and 2 draws. You might remember in the group stage, Hopefully we can develop and we'll keep that form going. You can see here, team talk, not the greatest. Eventually managed to salvage it somewhat. But yeah, we're in France today. Hopefully we can give a good performance. I expect us to win this game. I feel like Bordeaux was one of the kinder draws, but they're a good team, Bordeaux. You know, there's a reason they've got to this stage in the competition. They're not going to be pushovers. And at home, I think this could be a tricky game for us as they're going to have a chance early on. Header goes flying over the crossbar. Hradecky, I think, had it covered. Ultimately, wasn't on target, so nothing to worry about there. And while maybe we can make something happen here. Going to be interesting to see how Fischer gets on out on the left-hand side, of course. Got that goal a couple of games ago against Regensburg. Want to see that form translate into performances here as Aranguiz hits the woodwork from range. What an effort that was by him. He scored a few this year from the penalty spot. A few screamers as well. You think back to the game against Hoffenheim a few episodes ago now. He's shown capabilities from range. Almost had another one to add to the scrapbook there, but no, the woodwork came to Bordeaux's rescue. Early on in this game, not really been dominant one way or another. Often with our games you've seen, we limit teams' opportunities. Bordeaux have created stuff here, but well, Volland now hits the woodwork too from range. Oh my gosh. But no, this is an open game at the moment. Sometimes in games we really seize control of it. The other team doesn't really get to do a lot. Bordeaux here so far have actually been able to do a little bit, although we are starting to, you know, maybe get a bit more of a grip on this game. We've hit the woodwork twice. The warning shots have been fine. Now we need to try and find the target. Havertz here. Goes right wide to Jedvaj. Whips it in. Back post. Maybe Fischer there. Goes out to Aranguiz. Recycle possession Trauco. A good player going forward. A player who can deliver a ball of quality. And well, what's he going to do? Lays it to Kai. Who tries to get it through to not Julian Brandt. It was Bailey, of course. Brandt on the bench. But well, we come again here. Kai Havertz to Leon. Hits it from range. We need to calm down with the long shots, boys. It's a little wasteful so far. 25 minutes gone, though. I can't really fault the performance besides our incapability to hit the target. We've looked fairly good here. Bordeaux not created a lot since that initial chance they had right at the beginning of the game. You see, looking at possession, it's fairly 50-50. It's been a bit of a ding-dong affair. Away goals could prove crucial, so it is important that we do get at least one goal today. But, well, half-time coming in here. 0-0. Not the best performance. Not the worst performance. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy. I want to see them fired up. No injuries to speak of, which is, I guess, a big bonus, because we have certainly had our fair share of injuries so far this season. But we might be able to change things up a little bit here. Maybe we bring on, you know, the likes of Julian Brandt can definitely have an impact in this game going forward. But, well, let's see what the players on the pitch can do right now. Bailey, lovely touchdown. Cutting inside, hits it straight into the hands of Costil. But, oh, it's a good sign. Hopefully we can create more chances like that. And, well, 5 minutes later into this second half, we might have another chance here. Pressing high up the pitch. It's blocked. It's a goal for Kevin Volland. I'm not sure exactly what he's done there. I mean, he's done his job as a pressing forward. It's a gift. And questionable goalkeeping, to say the very least. Applying pressure high up the pitch. You think the ball is going to roll away to safety here. The keeper forced to kick it away first time. It takes a fortuitous deflection. I'm not going to complain. Volland's 14th goal of the game. The deadlock is broken. I don't know if that counts as a shot. I mean, technically it was I guess it hit the target. Oh my gosh, Aranguiz has just been sent off. That looked harsh. That looked harsh. Right, how do I want to change things here? I think the logical thing to do is to play more defensively here with our midfield. So I'm going to bring in Susek and we're going to have Bender play alongside him as well. And I think we're going to not play for outer defence quite so much. Instead, we're going to go a little bit more direct with our passing, perhaps slightly longer ball. I kind of want to stay positive, but pressing probably isn't the right thing to do here when we're down a man. So we're going to drop things just a little bit deeper. I want to have our midfield fairly compact here. Pressing doesn't need to be quite as crazy. Let's not play an offside trap now. Let's not get stuck in. We can't afford to take another sending off. In terms of in transition, don't press, just regroup. We're going to look for the counter-attack, I think, here. And I'm not as against going more direct if we need to here. But yes, we've got to ride this out now. I want to stay positive. It's always my brand of football and Football Manager. I don't like to shut up shop when a man goes off. I like to try and adapt and continue to play attacking football any way that we can. And, well, it remains 1-0 here. 20 minutes left in this game. Bordeaux still not created a whole lot since the sending off, which might be a little surprising, but obviously the longer this game goes on, the more tired our legs are going to get as we try and kind of make up for the man that we're missing. And while Bordeaux here with a chance out wide to make something happen, and they've got a chance here. Sanker, ball threaded through, an abysmal finish. Perhaps let off the hook just a little bit here. Let's make a few more changes. In terms of players not really performing well, Victor Fischer and Leon Bailey not had standout performances. We'll bring in Julian Brandt to try and get him some football and help with that natural fitness. Elsewhere on the pitch, do I want to make any more changes? Jonathan Taz had a bit of a nightmare. Let's bring in Retsos for him. 15 minutes left in this game. Tactical changes do happen here. Hopefully we can continue to shut up shop, although Sangher to Kamano here. Now wide with Melling, who whips the ball in. Briand's going to be there, heads it wide of the mark. Another let-off, perhaps. Bordeaux, they're starting to get into this game. They're starting to create stuff. You'd have to say, despite all this stuff that they're creating, I was going to say they've not looked like scoring, and then they go and score. That's typical, isn't it? Right. Let's just change things here. At this point, I'm kind of happy to try and just hold on for what we've got. I know that won't prove I guess, what's the word? It won't prove positive with all of you, the fact that I've continued to play attacking football, but I feel like I have to here. But we're going to mix up the system a little, drop our midfielders just a little bit deeper, maybe to help out a bit more in the defensive phases of play. I mean, the away goal proves crucial. The sending off, not ideal. Always a risk with the style of football we play. And can we bounce back here? Trorco whips it in. You know, I want to keep playing attacking football where we can and if we can. Maybe a chance to make something happen here. To Leon Bailey, out wide. Options in the middle. Volland's there. Fine Volland. Near post. Hits it home. Let's go. 2-1. A man down. And, well, what a response that is. I'm going to keep our tactical changes that we've done. But yes, Volland with his second goal of the game, his 15th of the season. Leon Bailey with the assist. You can see not committing a whole host of men forward. But at the same time, nice bit of play here. Volland on the volley. Keeper, absolutely no chance from that kind of range. And that cannons into the back of the net. 10 minutes left. We're going to make the tactical changes that we selected anyway. And see what we can do here in the time that remains. We've got one sub left. Let's just kill a little bit more time on the clock. I'm going to take off Leon Bailey. We're going to bring in Paulino. 3 minutes left. A set piece here. Surely not. A late sting in the tail. Back post. Victor Fischer heads it clear. I mean, could we win the ball and hit them on the break? That would be the dream. We need to defend this, though. Karamo with the goal. A sucker punch. It's 2 away goals that we've got. Maybe I should have gone more defensive. Bordeaux get another goal in this game. 3 minutes left. You couldn't see there being another in this, but 2-2 looks likely for how it's going to finish. We had so many men behind the ball here. Ultimately, just a lapse in defensive concentration allows Karamo to get free. Tucks into the bottom corner. I don't know if Hradeski could have done a little better. 2 away goals isn't bad. The sending off really did, put a dent in our game plan. But I don't know, maybe something to build off here going into the second leg. We're going to be at home for it. Our home form is very good. I back us to do well. And, well, Paulino, maybe a late chance here. He's clean through. Please bury it. He hits the back of the net. I take it all back. It's 3-2. I regret nothing about playing attacking till the final whistle. 40 seconds of added time given. I guess that goal that they scored in extra time accounted for that. And on the counter, Volland to Paulino, who comes on off the bench. Those fresh legs proved crucial in that breakaway. A convincing finish by the young Brazilian. We will take that. And suddenly I have a newfound spring in my step. What a goal to get. 3-2. Not going to complain one little bit. The sending off came in. We've bounced back well. And I feel like, given how well we performed, given the fact we were down a man, we deserved that. And well, we've got what could prove to be a very crucial goal here. I mean, surely there's not another goal in this game. There's not going to be. Full time here. Bayer 3, Bordeaux 2. Their goalkeeper had an absolute Western supermare right there in goal. I'm happy with that, boys. Good performance, good win. Hopefully we can carry that momentum of that late goal into the next leg. We're going to be without Aranguiz, which could prove troublesome. Volland, man of the match performance, an assist and 2 goals. You were superb. You were superb. Stepping up as of late. You can see 6 goals and 1 assist in his last 5 games. Need more of that from you, please, Kevin. Guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to do the game actually against Dusseldorf. It's not against Freiburg, but then we'll be back immediately for the second leg against Bordeaux. Don't go anywhere. Okay guys, so welcome back. Of course, since you were just with us, we have played one game. You can see it on screen now. Disappointing, I think the best word to describe this game. A 1-1 draw against Dusseldorf. The only silver lining really from this game is the fact that Ben Yedder scored, and it was a really, really nice goal. Did rotate a lot of the team going into this game, but regardless, we did dominate the game statistically. We created good chances, we just simply put didn't take them. In terms of what that means for the Bundesliga table, just to take a quick look at it here, you can see we find ourselves 2 points behind Leipzig now, 3 points ahead of Bayern with worse goal difference. Dortmund not that far off the pace either, and well, we have Dortmund very, very soon coming up, as well as a few other tricky games. We have Leipzig in the German Cup quarter-final and in the league. I feel like we do have to do that game against Dortmund. Might give it a pass over the German Cup quarter-final, but that game against Leipzig at the start of April suddenly looking like the crucial fixture in terms of potentially even settling the fate of the title here in Germany. But anyway, let's focus on the here and now, because we've got a game to play. It's against Bordeaux. We come in with strong form. I think we are the favourites going into this game. In terms of team news, we did pick up one injury in that game against Dusseldorf, and it was for Weiser, who, of course, coming back from a serious long-term injury, broken leg, and he's now out for a couple of weeks with a twisted ankle. So, unfortunate for him, really. You know, I was hoping to get him a bit of match fitness, but as a result of that injury, he is not going to be available for selection today. In terms of our actual team, this is the squad that we're going to go with Almiron injured and also Aranguiz suspended. There is a little bit of a gap in the box-to-box midfielder role, which Lucas Paqueta is going to try and fill. Whether or not I see this guy really as a box-to-box midfielder, I'm not entirely sure. You kind of look at it here. I guess he can play this role fairly adequately. Would like him perhaps to be just a tiny bit better defensively, but no, regardless, he is a very, very good player. In terms of the rest of the team, Radeski's going to start in goal. Sven Bender and Jonathan Tah going to be our centre-backs, of course. Jedvai and Trorko going to play the full-back positions. Vendel, of course, still not really ready for football. Jedvai, to be honest, did pretty well last time out. Hopefully he can continue to perform well here. In terms of the rest of the team, Lars Bender and Paqueta, the attacking midfield trio, and indeed the striker. It's familiar faces. Julian Brandt going to play out on the left, out on the right. We're going to go with, of course, Leon Bailey. Centre attacking mid, it's going to be Havertz. And Volland, who again was massive for us last game, need him to turn up big again, is going to start up top. On the bench, we do have options as well. That definitely cannot be understated in our team. You can see here we've got decent options. Retsos even. We'll get there eventually. Susek, Almiron, who is carrying a bit of a knock. Falk, Fischer, Paulino and Ben Yedder. Lots of attacking talent there. In terms of their team, the only player who I really recognise as being one to maybe be afraid of is Cornelius, who they've got in on loan. The rest of their team, not a bad team by any means, but we should be winning this. We should be winning this. We come in with 3 away goals, which is going to be massive. It means realistically Bordeaux need at least 2 goals and a clean sheet to knock us out. Away goals. I hate away goals when they work against you, when they work with you in a fixture like this where we've got 3. It does help you relax just a little bit. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Paqueta, a run of intent early on, goes to Leon Bailey, who tries to put it in. Not the best cross by the Jamaican international, but well, good to see us getting forward very, very early on in this game. I want to continue playing that attacking football, trying really to avoid a sending off. I feel like that would be a good goal with this game, particularly after the one last time out. It really does dent our game plan and affect our pressing style of play when we go down a man, because I feel like to effectively press, you need everyone in the team pulling their weight. And if they've got an advantage, you're in trouble. As Paqueta, speculative, not a bad effort. He applauds himself and the fans who, I guess, were cheering the intent, but it did go over. And we need to deal with this. Cornelius Radeski, what a stop that is. The header tipped over the crossbar by the Finnish goalkeeper. Not seen a goalkeeper as good as this guy since Antti Niemi. And well, we have another ball to deal with here. It's going to be Julian Brandt dealing with it. Havertz, maybe the chance for a breakaway here. Volland on this side. Not a whole lot of options, but can he hold up the ball? He can, until he gets tackled. And well, Bordeaux deal with that one and we'll regroup effectively. Early on here, we've had a lot more shots. We are edging possession too, but we need to be wary. Set piece is something we have struggled with. an interesting decision with that free kick to go back to the keeper. Kostil now going to try and lump it forward. Jedvaj wins it. Can we break into space? We have a very, very fast team, a dynamic team, a team that when we win the ball, you expect to see a surge up the field quickly, and that's what we're going to try and do here through Julian Brandt, who goes to Leon, cutting inside. Don't shoot from there, or do shoot from there. That was a good effort. The save by Kostil, a good one. I thought he was just going to smash it wide, but actually was not too bad of an effort at all. Can we make something of the corner here? Julian Brandt, edge of the box, hacked away by Varda. And we give away the ball. They're going to regroup, defend effectively, and not the perfect start to the game, but we might have a chance here. Paqueta, set piece, hits the woodwork. Still looking for his first goal, of course. £15 million spent on him. Maybe a little bit in the way of expectation with that kind of price tag that he'd have an immediate impact. That hasn't been the case. But he's got a chance here with the various injuries to centre midfielders to show us what he's all about. And, well, he almost scored that set piece there, I guess. Half-time, I'm just going to tell the players I'm not happy. I'm going to get a bit angry and shouty. Hopefully, they can turn up in the second half. We've got an abundance of options. We've not been forced into any changes just yet through injury, which is nice. You know, if I really wanted to, we could change our striker and both attacking midfielders, pretty much set up a new attack to be unleashed on this Bordeaux team as they tire. And, well, Trauco, lovely tackle by him. Volland now with the ball dropping deep. Can we build from the back? The two Bender brothers just building it nicely. Paqueta to Havertz. Back to Paqueta here. Option on the right. That's Leon Bailey. There is the overlap potentially, although he goes back to Havertz. Really nice passing play here. Trauco whipping in the ball. Brandt should have been a goal. Gets the rebound in. We'll take it. The build-up play there, really, really nice. Knocked the ball around superbly. Took a second bite at the cherry for him to actually find the back of the net. But regardless, that is his 5th goal of the season. He suffered a lot with injuries, of course. And good to see that move end with a goal. Still with the initial save. Brandt just kind of lunging and throwing himself at it. Manages to get it into the back of the net. And, well, that is really going to apply pressure to Bordeaux now. Because in order to win this game, they are going to need to score 3 goals. 2-1 would not be enough because of away goals in this game. I mean, I'm sure for Bordeaux, the key thing for them was do not concede. The fact they've now conceded means they're going to have to play more attacking, which probably plays into us, although we do need to deal with this here. Of course, a second goal now for us doesn't change a great deal, other than meaning that 3 goals for Bordeaux would not be enough to win the game outright. It would, of course, go to extra time. But, well, we want to continue on the front foot, continue being attacking. Julian Brandt dispossessed here. Can he win the ball high up the pitch? We're going to press them hard and high. Havertz to Volland, knocks it down and finds the bottom corner. Lovely goal for him. 16th for the season, winning the ball high up the pitch. Volland played onside by the fullback who was pinned in by Brandt. And, well, we get another goal. 2-0 here. Havertz with the assist. Nice pressing here. You can see Havertz with that header on. Volland, I thought his initial header was the shot. As it turns out, it was kind of a nod down for himself. He finds the back of the net. Take of Almeiser and Volland. Nice goal. Looking at the offside here. No chance of it being offside. You can see he was on. I don't know why the line shows there when he's touching the ball, but no. It was not offside. He was played on, and the centre-backs caught a little out of position, perhaps, given how hard we were pressing. We find the back of the net. But we want more. We want a bloodbath. And, well, Paqueta, he's going to get his first goal for the club. Welcome, my friend. Leon with the assist as well. Very, very happy about that. 3-0 here. It's going to be game over, isn't it? I'm going to make some changes. Bender's on a booking. I'm going to take him off just because I don't want him getting sent off. I don't want him getting suspended for our next game in this competition now. Really can now afford to think ahead. A 4-goal deficit needed to be overturned by Bordeaux as well. We're on the attack again. We want blood. We've not had too many games where the floodgates have opened this year, but, well, we're on the attack again here. Kai Havertz onto the woodwork. Should have perhaps been a goal. But no, the floodgates, they've not opened that often in live commentaries, but this is what we're capable of. Paqueta struggling a lot with fitness. I'm going to play things safe here and take him off, I think. We'll drop Havertz a little deeper and bring in Fischer to play advanced playmaker. We have got one more change in the tank. I'm going to take off Volland. We're going to bring in Ben Yedder. Hopefully Ben Yedder can get a goal just to help with his confidence a little bit. But 15 minutes left in this game. We can afford now to protect some of our key players. That was a crunching tackle that sees another red card. I mean, this fixture against Bordeaux has been pretty spicy. A red card in both fixtures, one for either team. And, well, they're down a man now, Bordeaux. Hope has all but faded. It's the 86th minute. They're not scoring for now. We'd like a few more for confidence. You know, I'd like to see Ben Yedder get a goal. Maybe Paqueta. Actually, I was going to say maybe Paqueta get one. He's been subbed off, Jack. So it would be an achievement if Paqueta was to score again. But no, certainly this game's been a real masterclass of what we are capable of. I feel like even in the first leg, considering the sending off that we had, we were significantly the better team when things were all even. And well, in this fixture, something that we've not always done, I feel like we've really shown our dominance in this game on the scoreline. I feel like there's a lot of games this season where we've definitely been the better team, but you wouldn't necessarily get that reflected in the scoreline. Here today, there has been that. Radeski protects his clean sheet with 30 seconds over extra time. That's going to be all she wrote. Ball launched clear. 3-0 it finishes. 6-2 on aggregate. Nice to see us score 6 goals across 2 games. I'm very, very happy about that, boys. And, well, hopefully the players are happy about that as well. What a performance that was. That first leg really set us up in good stead. And, well, we're going to be going into the next round of the Europa League off the back of that. Leon Bailey struggling with fitness, but, well, there's no rest for the wicked. We are going to be going into a game against Dortmund. We then have games against Freiburg, Leipzig, Hanover. I mean, the games are coming thick and fast. We've got now a lot of games coming up. Suddenly the fixture congestion looks that little bit more clogged. But next time we will be back for the game against Dortmund. I'm not sure when the draw is going to be made for the Europa League. We'll leave it as a surprise for next time, I think, in terms of who we're going to get matched up against. Keep an eye out, obviously, for that episode hitting your sub boxes in the not too distant future. I think we will do the game against Dortmund. That's going to be a big game for us in the Bundesliga. Following on from that, the Europa League is waiting just around the corner again. And, well, hopefully you guys are looking forward to that game. I wouldn't always do the game against Dortmund, but they are in 4th. It's a game that if we win would put us in pole position with 11 games left, really to be nailed on for Champions League football, which is, well, great to be able to say, given that was our aim at the start of the season. Anyway, that's all from me today, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. Leave a like if you did. 2 great performances across the 2 legs. And, yeah, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. It is me, Jack, and I'm out.